you, Parinder. My colleagues on the dais, our ADG Admin Abhinav Kumar, our ADG Police Telecom and Director Business Amit Sinha, our ADG Law and Order Mr. Murugesan, all other officers of Uttarakhand cadre, Deputy Director IB Deepika, and all the officers of 74 RR. I know you are all tired and not in a mood to have the heavy dose of a lecture, but still I am duty bound to deliver some speech. So please bear with me for next 15 minutes. Your RR reminds me of, my RR. So it's been 32 years plus. And you are in service for more than a year. So after my training, phase 1, I landed up in Allahabad. So I now remember those days. I know that you've gone through a very rigorous training at NPA. In our times, there used to be that rock number 10. Everyone used to fear it for the rock climbing course. Ab pata nahi kya hai aajkal. But let me tell you that the real world is far more tougher. Once you enter the real world, not really your under training ship, once you enter the real service, ASP regular and SP, then you will realize that academy was a heaven. Academy training was nothing in front of the real challenges that you are going to face in the real life. Coming to the point, why did you all join the service? I know there will be many answers to this. This is not an interview board. Most of you joined it for money, power, status, public image, public recognition, maybe a will to do something. You will all have it. IPS में आ गए तो ये तो आपके नाम में लिखा गया, ठीक है ना? You will have money, you will have power, you will have status, you will have everything. But I would urge that you must have a mission. You must have a mission because you have come to a service where you can really make a big difference in the lives of people. At an average, you can help 100 people every day. Just imagine the contribution that you will do to the society as an IPS officer. This service is a combination of civil service as well as uniform services. So you have the best of both the worlds. As a civil servant, you are supposed to be soft and sensitive, and as a uniformed officer, you are supposed to be strict and disciplined. And all through your service, because we have the advantage of both the lives, civil service as well as a uniform service. For most of the people in the country, government means what? Thana and Tahsil. So our relevance will keep on increasing. More and more technical crimes coming up, cyber crimes coming up, our relevance increases. So we have come to a service which will always be relevant to the society, which will always be useful to the society. Therefore, we must feel proud of it. Apart from the traditional challenges of crime and law and order and traffic, we have so many other challenges. The latest in the line are cybercrime. We all know that future wars will not be fought on earth or in water or in air. Future wars will be fought in cyber world. Similarly, drugs, another challenge. You don't know what to do, Terrorism is being funded by drugs money, and drugs is entering every field of life. Apart from these challenges, we already have the proxy war challenge. You must have read in your internal security course. And then unforeseen challenges like corona. So our life is going to be full of challenges. Our Honorable PM in his address to the first DGP's conference as PM, he gave us a vision of smart policing. Smart policing does not mean just modern policing. Smart policing has 10 parameters. Strict and sensitive, modern and mobile, alert and accountable, responsive and responsible, and trained and tech savvy. We need to come up on all these 10 parameters. Coming to another aspect, many times we feel that what should be the qualities of a good IPS officer. An IPS officer should have at least 50 qualities. Only then you will be a complete officer. Many times we come across people who say he was a very honest officer. Being honest alone is not sufficient. Your service requires so many talents. There will be officers who are honest but dummy. No work, no complaint. There will be officers who are honest but hardworking also, but still ineffective. So, how to be honest, hardworking and effective? How to be useful to the society for which our service is created? This is the challenge before you. So, to become an effective officer, I'll just give you 3-4 examples. I have tried to, narrate in my book, Human in Khaki. Firstly, your attitude. We are meant for public. We are not, most of us feel like sahibs, no? But I say that ours is Indian Police Service. ASP Sahab, SP Sahab, DG Sahab, DIG Sahab, everyone is a Sahab. So who is the public servant? आपको फील्ड में जाते ही पहले दिन से लोग एकदम साफ करके ऊपर चढ़ा देंगे. But your challenge is to remain a public servant. You are meant to serve the public. So be accessible, be approachable, do victim-oriented policing, do people-oriented policing. Because who needs policing? The rich and the influential will automatically get justice. They don't need police. The poor needs police. The victim needs police. The downtrodden needs police. And all the police staff, let me tell you the full reality of policing. जितना आपका लोअर स्टाफ है वो पूरा एनर्जी लगा देता है रिच और इन्फ्लुएंशियल को हेल्प करने में. That means what is our role? The role of IPS, where does it come? Truly speaking, policing ends at Thana level. What people require is a Thana, a FIR, a justice from police station. So policing should end up there. What is the role of an IPS officer? To supervise them, to control them, to make them accountable, to make them deliver justice to the people who need it. I call it triple power. All other departments have one single power, but our department has 3 powers. Power of uniform, number 1. Number 2, power of weapons. You have a weapon. Other services don't have it, and you can use it. And thirdly, you have the power of law. You have the power of IPC and CRPC. You can book somebody in a case, you can arrest someone. So these are very big powers, and they can be misused to any level. So our role is to stop the misuse of all these powers, all these triple powers. Second, to be effective, I am giving you 2-3 real life examples. How to be, policing is mostly a common sense job. Only thing required is that we should be willing to do it. As an ASP, when I landed up in Phulpur station in Allahabad, police station, ASP, when I was given charge of the police station, but in our times, inspector was not removed. Nowadays, we remove the inspector. Only then you will really learn how to be a SHO. So for first 5 days, I was sitting in the police station and nobody came to me. Nobody, not a single man. Such a surprise. इलाहाबाद जैसा क्रिमिनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक भी आदमी नहीं आ रहा. Every evening I used to go back to my guest house. Fifth day, when I was going out of the police station, on the left hand outside the police station there was a tea shop, and there were 50 people on there. So I just stopped my jeep. एक बूढ़े बाबा बाहर मेरी तरफ को आए, मेरी गाड़ी को रुकते देखे. I said, बाबा क्या हुआ, क्यों खड़े हो आप सब लोग? बोले सर थाने जाना है. मैंने कहा मैं तो दिन भर से थाने में बैठा था, कोई तो आया नहीं. So that is the reality of life. Your inspector will not allow. He said कि सर इंस्पेक्टर साहब ने बोल रखा है जब तक IPS साहब बैठे थाने नहीं जाना. So this is the दलाली system of our थानाज. उसको खत्म करना है. When I started my field, job, I used to visit every place. कोई भी complaint आया, I used to go to the spot. So पहले दूसरे दिन का मैं एग्जाम्पल बता रहा हूँ. There was a complaint of breaking the wall. सब किसी ने मेरी दीवार तोड़ दी. मौके पे जाके पता चला कि पहले SHO ने पैसे लेके दीवार बनवा दी थी और दूसरे ने पैसे लेके तोड़वा दी. So that's how it goes. The moment you go to the spot, the problem is solved. तो ऑफिस में बैठ के साहब नहीं बनना है. Go to the spot, go to the field, you will know the reality. Be accessible, people will approach you. People will give you 10 kinds of intelligence that will make you effective. Another example. We need to be bold. We need to be strong in our willpower. We need to take very bold decisions. This one example again from Allahabad Nani I will give you as ASP, because you are going to be as ASPs now. There was a crowd of 10,000 on Nani Bridge, and they had brought two bodies on the Nani Bridge, one side, towards the Jamna Par side of Allahabad, saying कि murder हो गया, पुलिस रोक नहीं पाई. So दो bodies ला करके Nani Bridge पे जाम लगा दिया. So I was circle officer Nani also. So we rushed to the spot, me and two constables, only three of us. And when I saw that 10,000 crowd, I called other force. In the meantime, before the force could arrive, someone started to, torch the bus. बांदा साइड जो है इलाहाबाद का, वहाँ से buses लाइन में लगे हुए थे. So I thought कि तो आगजनी हो जाएगा, यहाँ जल जाएंगे लोग. So I went straight to the spot. I, pointed my revolver to the man who was with the torch. I said, मैं तुम्हें shoot कर दूँगा. And he stopped. Just imagine. Only three of us, they were 10,000. He knew that I mean it. So this is boldness. This is decision making. If I had delayed it, वहाँ पे आगजनी हो जाता. Another one is you have to lead from the front. आप सोचो मैं तो बॉस हूँ और सारी लड़ाई तो मेरी सेना लड़ेगी. भूल जाओ. You have to lead from the front. As a terrorist encounter, I saw it in Rudrapur. Unless I am on the spot, nobody else is going to come. You have to be the first one to reach the spot. तब जाके आपकी सेना आएगी. So these are few examples, and coming to close of my speech, we all have multiple accountability in the field. So many commissions, so many courts, the politicians, the public, the media. So we need to be very careful. But most important is our own people might not support you at times. Because their interest also, if you are sensitive, if you are honest, if you are effective, your own people will sometime challenge you. So be aware of that also. So again, my message for all of you is that work with passion, work with a mission, make a difference. You have come to a service which can deliver maximum to the people. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Thank you all.